Get into facilities management. Mine is time served. I've been in the industry before facilities management existed. It was building maintenance, and before that was something else. I've worked on social housing, which is on the government side, as well as the corporate side, which is a good blend of the two. Getting into the social housing is probably the easiest route, because they're often struggling to get the right people, because the salaries are generally lower. So getting a chartered surveyor, they'll often reject the jobs based on their rates. So if you're already in the maintenance industry, that might be an easy route. If you're not a chartered surveyor but have some experience, knowledge, etc. Because a lot of the time they're looking for people that understands buildings. They're looking for people that can look at a building and understand what the problem of damp is. Is it rising damp? Is it due to soak away problem? Is it to do with it's just been raining, or a roof leak, a leaky pipe in the wall? It's having the ability to identify those sort of things. That's what the social housing is more interested in. From that you expand out, because then you start looking at the budgeting size. You start moving away from the reactive stuff into the planning. So the painting every year or every 5 years, the kitchen replacement programs, etc., etc. Getting into that, like I said, a lot of the time they're looking for chartered surveyors, but even if you're not a chartered surveyor, the fact is their salaries are below what most chartered surveyors want to work for, so there's often opportunities there. A lot of the work is normally people coming up to retirement, which is why they'll take that job on and quite happily sit there. They're sitting there for the last 5-10 years until they sort of fade out with retirement, because they've been in proactive roles before but now looking for something less active. From the corporate side, I would look at things like the Biff FM, British Institute of Facilities Management. I'd look at the project management associations and SIBSI and the other people involved in the training, because their network is expansive. So doing a couple of their training courses, meeting people on the courses, is probably one of your best in routes. Also, there's graduate programs available with the larger companies. They're normally looking for graduates. I'm not a fan of the graduate programs, to be honest, because they often put people in the wrong positions. They put them above people that actually understand and have the knowledge, from 20 years experience or whatever, and put somebody in their 20s above them, which often ends up with a guy that's been there for 20-30 years just saying, this ain't for me anymore, and they leave. But anyway, graduate programs are there. Just contact facilities management companies. I would say you're probably going to have more luck with trying to contact people directly than with the HR departments. HR departments are probably one of the worst things I deal with relating to people. A lot of them don't actually seem to function properly. Many assume that their job is just sending out an application form these days. So you're better off talking to a director, a manager, or somebody else that's already in the industry, and trying to network with some of the people that know where their job vacancies are. A lot of them do get advertised, but you may be lacking the skill level to take that role. But if you actually put the effort in to contact the managers, etc., they may actually be able to create an opportunity, because a lot of the time FM contracts are struggling on budgets. As such, they may be able to give you a role where you're paid less, as a sort of transitional training role. A lot of it is how you put yourself forward. So I would say get in touch with things like Biff FM or whatever. If you're already in the maintenance industry, try and get into some training courses that are relevant to what you're already doing, but maybe more on the management side. So going on a Biff FM training course or something, networking with the people, going to the events, because a lot of the time it's how you deal with people face to face that may open an opportunity that's not even there yet. I've seen many a job created out of thin air, where there's been no budget for engineers, but there's been another 120,000 plus found for a director So just be aware of that. There is no isn't always no. It's more to do with networking with people, contacting people, making people aware you're interested, that you're not fully trained in that yet, but you're looking for the opportunity to be able to do it. Hope that helps. Thanks for watching.